Here we are at the Chicagoland Speedway for the run of the Geico 400 and the next race of the Gatorade Cup Series season. On poles, the 00 of Luigi Octavio, 2's outside the 9th Justin Heath. Then 30 of Luke Rain, 4th Tim Raff, running out the top 5 of Luigi. Then the car that won this race last season, the 56 Toyota, Stuart Grant and Roloff, 6th, he's second in points. 7th is Steve Larker, 8th Jake Galloway, 9th Colton Neal, running out the top 10 got Jay Jefferson. Then for the rest of you, I got Lawrence Palapon, 2's outside Levi Schoen. I got Derek Hamill and William Team along with Trey Rainey, who won this race last season in the 56. Isaac Nichols, 2 is inside. They got Michael Gregory and Max Anderson, along with Griffin Lynn and Nathan Stapleton. And Don Dewitt and Grayson Thompson, Michael Canto and Marcus Sachi, and Andrew Miller and Kyle Perry, Alexander Rowe and Jonathan Beeford, Eli Bright and Carson Bowers, then Diego Yepez and Alex Stewart, along with Steve Morgan and Brand Tharp, and Riley Spurley-Tube and Jonathan Ranger points leader. Justin Zidell's TJ Hanley going to try to keep the momentum he's had going. Then Emmett Juckham and Carter Friesen running out the field. In the final row, we got Jeff Brent in the 5 and Joe Jefferson in the 39, starting 41st and 42nd here today. Octavio and Justin Heath on the front row for the start of this race. So go down track side to get the command.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, you know, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. I think the pit crew's ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
One of the craziest tracks the Gatorade Cup Series visits, Chicagoland Speedway. Curve all the way around the front stretch with the tri-oval. There's a curve on the back stretch. 1.5 miles of madness for 41 laps in the Geico 400. Octavio on pole, Justin Heath who's outside in second as the pace car with the left-hand turn to pit road. Octavio leads to the green flag. As he comes down the front stretch, he'll see the restart zone, and he'll get going. As they come down into that restart zone, Octavio steps on the gas. We're racing at Chicago. Green flag for Luigi Octavio. They race down the backstretch. Justin Heath had a hold down low. He takes it. He slots into second from the second position as Luke Green going for third on Tim Ralph as they hit 3 and 4 for the first time here today. Heath to the inside as they come off of 4. Octavio up the track. Heath up there with them. Into the wall for a few drivers. No contact made with other cars. Heath leads lap 1 from second as Luke Rain now gets to the second position. Here comes Luigi into third as Luigi Octavio stuck up top. Steve Larker, the 16 will go underneath them as for the race lead, Luke Rainey takes it as they come down the backstretch. Big run there for Luke Rainey. He takes it. Luigi to second. Has Steve Larker behind him. Now Luigi's going to try and take the race lead for himself as they slide up in 3 and 4. 42 way tight up the track. Had to let off the gas. Luke Rainey keeps the race lead. For now, the 9 just needs hard to the wall as they battle for second behind Rainey as he clears and pulls away. They're battling for second. Luigi and Steve Larker in a side-by-side battle. And then Colton Yo is up to the 4th position. The 15, he'll be going for the second position down the back. Going to try and go for third now as he did not have enough of a run underneath the 16. The 42 with the draft up top, trying to clear. Can't get it done. Now 15 tight in the middle lane. Colton Yo allows the 42 to clear. Steve Larker into the wall hard in front of Luigi. 42 had to slow down, almost stop there to keep him running into the 16. And Colton Yo would take advantage of the 47 with Kyle Perry down onto the apron. Keeps it under control. Keeps it on the racetrack. Steve Larker keeps his second position. Colton Yo still going for third with Luigi. They're still in a side-by-side battle. And now Lawrence Palapon will make it 3 wide. Oh! Contact between the 15 and the 42. 32 way tight down low. 42 into the wall. Luigi Octavio into the back of him. They somehow keep it going, and Colton Yo grabs second from all that. Look at the damage to the 42. They're 3 wide once again. Luigi Octavio in the middle. Luigi all the way up top. Isaac Nichols down low. Schoen's down low now. This big race down the backstretch, a big pack. 3 wide usually works here. There may be some crash because of 3 wide, but 4 wide is where it gets anxious. Oh, Heath and Luigi still making contact as Luke Rain gets into the wall, and here comes the 32 Lawrence Palapon to his back bumper. And looks to the inside, there's a crash on the front stretch. Carson Bowers and Michael Canto go around. The yellow will come out for the first time today, and the field is racing back. Half of them have raced back already, but the other half is coming back to the stripe. So first caution lap 6. Kyle Perry's taking it. Everyone up back has. But up front, still a hard battle for the race lead. Palapon has it. Rainey back to his... Oh, there's Wreck-It coming back! Big crash coming back to the stripe. And Luke Rainey leads us back. And about half the field has just been taken out. Oh my gosh. Look at the damage. Some cars are stopped down there. The 9 is stopped. The 87, the 09, the 21 have the damage from the crash that brought out the caution. Trying to see who Nathan Stapleton, Justin Heath, Marcus Sacchi, William Seaman, Code Luigi possibly has some more damage than what he had as they race back. Caution is out. As we look, will they come down pit road? Only 6 laps into it. They've completed 6. Could be 7 once they cross the stripe, and they might come down pit road this time. You see some cars get down in the apron there. Are they possibly coming down? 48-16 look like they're going to be coming down. They're playing some field strategy possibly. As Nichols and Larker will come down. Code Luigi will come down. He's towards the back of the pack anyway. Has damage. The 6 will also come down as well. So Isaac Nichols first down pit road, along with the 16, the 42, the 6, and the 43. Let's check out what happened. Caution number 1, the 21, and the 09 spin around on the front stretch, but then they wreck coming back, racing back in 3 and 4. They had a bigger collision. We talked about the 4 wide. We said that was what's going to be the breaking point. See the 4 wide right there stacked across, and Carson Bowers and Michael Canto get up the track. Canto into the wall. Bowers squeezed them in there, and then they squeeze themselves into the wall, and they both go around 21 up off the ground a little bit. Riley Sprague then the 7 with damage. Joe Jefferson, Steve Morgan. Sprague goes up, nails the outside wall, so the 7 has some pretty heavy damage from that as well. Bowers won the Daytona 500, and ever since then it's been a poor season for him. He's just not had the luck. You can't say he hasn't performed well because he's performed really well in some races, but it's just been the luck factor that's really taken him out of points contention for now and involved in a crash here. But then up ahead, racing back to the stripe, Justin Heath and Code Luigi are in a battle. The 6 is in a battle, and how does this happen here? Oh, Sacchi really drove it hard trying to get positions. Oh, that's a hard hit for the 9 and the 42. Oh, Nichols and Steve Larker. So that's why those 2 also came down pit road. They had damage from a crash they almost had. Then here come these guys. They've raced back. They're like, hey, wait a minute. The 6, they're all sliding down. Then this is where Nathan Stapleton gets his damage. Kapow right there. Yepes Bright slam on the brakes. Yepes gets damage from Bright. They slam on the brakes behind, and that was a pretty big crash for racing backs. Marcus Sacchi just, I don't know if that was a bonehead move right there. Just drove himself up into the 9, then into the 6 as well, and then up ahead the 48 and the 16 had contact. So a lot happening there. See the 27 into the 9. Wow. What a race back that was. You can see the 48 and the 16 are kind of stacked up there. The 43 gets about everyone behind him. And then some guys do some great jobs avoiding. All the cars with damage coming down pit road. Be interesting to see if they can make it on fuel from here or if they will be short. Luke Rainey led them back to the stripe in the number 2. And he, of course, stayed out on the track, and he leads back to the green flag as well. Coming back grand lap number 11, Luke Rainey in the 2 is your race leader. Because of that crash, Justin Heath, Nathan Stapleton, and Justin Zidell had a mechanical failure, so he'll also be out. We have 39 cars left in the race, and on the lead lap, out front's the 2 of Luke Rainey. In second, you have Lawrence Palpon. Third, Derek Hamill. Fourth, Levi Schoens. Fifth, Max Anderson. Then sixth, you have Colton Yeo. Seventh, Grayson Thompson. Louis Jack Tavon. Eighth, Stuart Grant. Ninth, Tim Ranoff rounding out the top 10. The top 30 cars stayed on the track. Cars with damage came down pit road that were involved in the crash coming back to the stripe. So Isaac Nichols in 31st, Steve Larker 32nd, Code Luigi 33rd, Marcus Sacchi 34th, Carson Bowers, Michael Canto, Diego Yepes, Riley Sprague, William Seaman all had damage from those crashes, so they'll be at the back of the field hoping to try and gain momentum through the field. They have fresher tires. They have possibly repaired all their damage. So pace car back in, Luke Rainey with the race lead. They come down to the front stretch into the restart zone. We're back racing here at Chicagoland. Rainey does have some pretty significant damage to the right side of that car from hitting the wall a few times as Lawrence Palpon with a pretty good restart right there, but Derek Hamill might move to the inside. No! Palpon moves down in front of Hamill. It's going to be a side-by-side battle between the 32 and the 2 as they race down the backstretch. Here comes Levi Schoens as well in the 14. Tight for the 14 car. Luke Rainey going to try and keep second right here. Oh, he got into the wall pretty hard once again. That 2 car looks pretty tight. Look at the damage even more to the right side of that machine as Lawrence Palpon is pulled away to the lead. Derek Hamill now, the 34. He's 3 wide in the middle as Levi Schoens moves to the bottom lane. Schoens now for second down the back. So some cars pulling out of line. I see some 2 brights right there back. Teammates working together towards the middle of the pack as tight up the track for Max Anderson, the A3. And 2 cars pull away. Schoens and Hamill pull away from the pack, trying to run down Lawrence Palpon in the 32. Look at this big battle right here. Jay Jefferson makes it 3 wide in the 78. He wants to go forward. Here he is, passing the 92 Tim Randolph for a position. Up ahead, Louis Jack Tavon in the battle. Luke Rainey falling back after restarting in the front. Try and keep some... Oh, Hamill really tight up the track with Schoens. This could be a disaster. Somehow it wasn't, but that could have been really big. Schoens comes down to cover the bottom lane. Octavio might move to the inside for thirds. 2 cars pull away now. This battle through 1 and 2. Jay Jefferson forced to the middle lane. Gets into Max Harrison a little bit, but keeps the position in the middle. Got a great run. Michael Gregory really tight down low. And allows that 78 to get clear. Schoens once again up the track. Jay Jefferson with a pretty good run through the corner. Oh, Hanley into the wall pretty hard. Jefferson going to break himself into the top 5 right here as he's up to 5th. Now to 4th as he's going to pass the 15 of Colton Yeo. Levi Schoens in a battle with Michael Gregory and Colton Yeo. And we've seen a lot of crashes here in Chicago not happen off of 4, but off of 2 as they squeeze themselves 3 and 4 wide. Gregory up into Jefferson. They're getting a little tight back there. Somehow they make it. Stuart Gratton down to the apron. Has to try and find a way back up, or else this could be a disaster waiting to happen in turn 1. Down to the apron he goes. Back up. And Andrew Miller. They're wrecking with Luke Rainey. The 92 also involved. Here come some others. I believe the 2 is kept up against the wall to keep from hitting anyone else. But 2 cars involved. The yellow will come out. And Lawrence Palpa and Luigi Octavo are nowhere to be seen. They'll get away in front. And third on back. Trying to get back in one piece. And it looks like they will as the 56 down to the apron comes up. Caution out. Pound leads us back. And Luke Rainey, a great day for him. A great car. And it's done as he has heavy damage, smoke billowing out of the 2. We saw Stuart Gratton get down the apron. We say he has to come back up or else there's going to be some trouble. See right there, gets down to the apron in 1-2 and then comes up into Andrew Miller with nowhere to go. And then they go up, get Tim Randolph and Luke Rainey. So Rainey and Randolph, Stuart Gratton, the car number that won this race last season. That same team won this race last season. And that 56 has some pretty heavy damage. And some of these guys that pitted, this is really what they need. They were kind of farther back. They were kind of stuck back there. And now they're going to have a chance to kind of recuperate right here because the 56 once again down to the apron, 31 there, and the 92 nowhere to go. Innocent bystanders there for a lot of these drivers. Let's go on board with Luke Rainey, the 2 who's up there towards the front in points. Not what he needed, a bad race. Hopefully he can move on from this and perform better at the next race. See, Marcus Sachi is almost in danger of going lap down. Same with Donovan Dewitt and William Seaman. Meanwhile, Pound leads us back, and they should be on pit road. Yes, they are. Everyone will come down pit road. This should make them good to the end on fuel as Pound comes in to his pit stall. Octavo has one of the first ones. He'll go down into that one. Jefferson with some pretty hard contact there. Oh my gosh, some cars really making some heavy contact. I think I see some 2 tires. Michael Gregory has taken 2. Some cars with some faster pit stops by taking less tires. Others taking 4, some taking 2, some taking none. It's going to be a very interesting restart. Now we got mixed strategies. Some drivers think they can make it from here with 2 tires. Some packing it full of fuel, hoping they can make it. Let's look at all these cars coming off of pit road. And the whole pack once again shaken up because of what just happened. And out front's going to be the 17 Michael Gregory. He leads back to the green flag. Going back around lap number 21. Because of that crash, Luke Rainey is retired from the race. Donovan Dewitt, his teammate, is on the tail end of the lead lap in 38th. Ahead of the leaders, going to have to hope for a caution while he's ahead of Michael Gregory to keep his lap. So Michael Gregory with the race in the 17. Second is Kyle Perry. Third, Luigi Octavo. Alex Stewart is 4th. Lawrence Pound in 5th. They got Steve Morgan in 6th, Griffin Lynn 7th, Diego Gapez is 8th, Jonathan Raines 9th, Levi Schoens 10th, and we have to point out that Eli Bright, his last victory in the Gatorade Cup Series came 1 year ago today, January 4th, 2017. It's now January 4th, 2018. How big would it be if that 88 car could find victory lane for Eli Bright? So the pace car is in. Restart with 21 laps to go. Michael Gregory out front for this restart. They come down the front stretch into the restart zone. Gregory steps on the gas. We're back racing. Green flag back out. Donovan Dewitt wanted to get away. He was like, I need to get away in case a quick caution comes out here. Keep my lap. Who knows what could happen. Now remember, some cars are going to be on 4. Some are going to be on 2. Some are on some mixed strategy right here. So it'll be very interesting to see how all this plays up factors. Look at this. Down the backstretch. They might go 3 wide. Alex Stewart in the 38 peaks low on Luigi Octavo. Octavo peaks low on Kyle Perry. They hit 3 and 4. For the race lead, Kyle Perry side by side with Michael Gregory. Move the 47 to the top spot for 4. Kyle Perry leads by half a car length. See, there's a separation in the pack. I don't know if someone... Oh, the 48 is very slow. Isaac Nichols, I don't know why he's slow. I wonder if it's because of that crash, if he had damage from that, but I don't think there would be that much damage from that. Look up ahead to the race lead. Kyle Perry's going to lap down and do it, so do it. Try to keep his lap. It's not going to happen for him. The 22 will fall one lap down as Kyle Perry and Luigi Octavo are 1-2 as they come off of 4. Octavo chasing down that 47. We've seen some wild things happen here at Chicago in the Gatorade Cup Series. We saw leaders get taken out because of a lap car. We've seen a lot happen here, so hold your breath for these next 20, or make it about 18 laps. So 3 wide. Griffin Lynn, the 36, come up to the front. Alex Stewart tight on Donovan Dewitt as Luigi Octavo takes the race. And now, oh, around goes Michael Gregory. This will be big. Jonathan Buford up off the ground, and we've got a huge crash front straightaway. The cars are piling in, and Brandon Tharp is up in the air as the big one happens on the front stretch. Michael Gregory spun around in front of the pack. Are these guys racing back now? They are. Luigi Octavo has the racing. Kyle Perry is second. Alex Stewart and Levi Schultz get away third and fourth, but not much of the field's left behind. Octavo leads them back to the stripe with less than 20 laps to go. And look at the damage to all these cars. Michael Gregory spun in front of the pack, and it was on from there. So many great cars taken out from this crash. Look at all the damage to all these cars. The 42, the 33, the 7, the 39, the 09. The 21. Look at the damage to Carson Bowers. I believe the Eli Bright has some damage in the 88. We're mentioning him before. Colton Yo might have some damage as well. So yellow is out. Michael Gregory spun around. We'll have to see if these guys come down pit road at all. They were just on the pit road. It looks like they will stay out. Now let's see what happened to Michael Gregory and the 29 of Jonathan Rains, as they were really the two that caused this accident. Racing off of turn number 4 into the top 15, Michael Gregory in the 17 up into the wall. Jonathan Rains into him, and then it spins the 17 around. See Gregory trying to save it, can't get it done. And the 17 spins up the track, and this is where it gets ugly. The 33 slams on the brakes, get to Andrew Miller. The 4, Jonathan Buford, backs into the wall, up off the ground. Some of these guys stopped or slow and trying to avoid it, and then some compiling in. The 1 up off the ground, the 30, the 24, you can see the 24 really up off the ground, the 78, the 56, the 48, even more damage. The 6, about 3, maybe even all 4 Roush Fenway racing cars involved in that. I believe Carter Friesen had some damage from that. This in real time from a few different camera angles. We're going on board with a few drivers as well. Trey Rainey did a great job just gassing it up. You can see Grayson Thompson thinking he might want to slow down. Not the place you want it to be. Yeah, Friesen did get damage from the rear end right there. So all 4 Roush Fenway racing cars involved. The 16, the 17, and the 6 had the most damage from that. The 99 had some rear end damage. That was one wild, wild crash here at Chicago. As the 4 up off the ground. The 24 hit a few times up off the ground. I think Rains wasn't really expecting the 17 to hit the wall and come down. And then that really just started it from there. You can see the 4 up off the ground once again. And then here come these guys flying in. 42, Luigi had it missed. And then these guys came flying into him. And then others came flying into others as well. So the big one happens here at Chicago on the front stretch. Is going to take out, I would say, at least 7 cars, if not more. Colton Young, the 15, did a great job down low. He was able to escape it. Diego Yepes, Eli Bright also missed it. You can see all those cars up off the ground. So let's go on board with last season's champion, Luigi in the 482. He got some damage from this. I don't know if it's going to be a lot. He should be able to continue on in this race and hopefully stay on the lead lap. Yeah, he got hit pretty good on the rear end. The front end looks fine, but the rear end of that car probably all torn up because of what happened. The 18, Trey Rainey, won this race last season. He was able to miss it. Great dodge here for Trey Rainey. Michael Gregory in the 17, a past champion of the Gatorade Cup Series. Spun around in front of the pack. Hold your breath on this. Has to be one of the worst feelings you can ever feel. You're spinning around sideways in front of the pack. Lee Jack Taylor on the 00 led them back to the stripe, and Haley leads back to the green flag as well. Here comes the field entering turn number 3. We'll go back around lap number 29. From that crash, Brandon Tharp, TJ Hanley, Emmett Chuckham, Andrew Miller, the 11 of Jake Galloway, along with Marcus Sachi, Steve Larker, William Seaman, Tim Randolph, Alexander Rowe, and Isaac Nichols are all out. Time to do is a lap down. We have 26 cars on the lead lap. A lot of them have damage as well. So the lead track team on the 00 is out front for this restart. Second is Kyle Perry. Third, Alex Stewart. Fourth, Levi Shones. Fifth, Griffin Lynn. Then Lawrence Poundpond is 6th. Jeff Bright is 7th. Steve Morgan 8th. Max Harrison 9th. Trey Rainey up to 10th. So they come down the front stretch into the restart zone. They come. Lead track table leading. Warpack racing at Chicagoland. Green flag back out. Boy, some great restarts from some drivers back there. Let's look at Levi Shones looking low on Alex Stewart. Stewart looks low on Kyle Perry as Kyle Perry looks low on Lee Jack Tavo. And Perry will reap the benefits from this. He'll go to the race lead as they race down the back. Some cars with damage. Carson Bauer is very slow in the middle of the pack. Down low, trying to get out of the way. As Kyle Perry trying to clear Lee Jack Tavo through 3 and 4. But here comes Alex Stewart in the 38. He'll take advantage. He'll go to the bottom lane. Stewart for the race lead, side by side with Kyle Perry. Jeff Bright, the 5, has emerged into the top 3. Where does the 5 car come from? Down the back, Alex Stewart still trying to clear. I believe he's got to have it right here in 3 and 4. Alex Stewart clears Kyle Perry as Jeff Bright looks for second on Perry. And he's going to take it easily. Here comes Lawrence Poundpond, the 32 as well. Octavio for 4th. And Steve Morgan for 5th. As the front 3 pull away. But Jeff Bright, that car rotating so well in the middle of the corner. They're 3 wide. Some contact down the back for the race lead. Lawrence Poundpond down low. Jeff Bright in the middle. Alex Stewart up top. Poundpond tight in the bottom lane. Bright from the middle. As Jeff Bright leads by a nose. 10 laps of racing to go, Chicagoland. Heating up. We got 5 cars that pulled away. Trey Rainey, the last of them. They got Steve Morgan on back in 6th. And you got these guys back here trying to run them down. So look at this 5-car battle up front. Lawrence Poundpond has cleared for the race lead. Remember, he led coming into pit road, lost the lead on pit road, but now he's back up 2. He's worked his way back up. Alex Stewart clears to 2nd. Trey Rainey is now 3rd. Won this race last season. He knows how to win at Chicagoland. And he has a shot now in the number 18. So he looks low for the 2nd position down the back. He's pulling that 38. He has a pretty good run. About similar down the back. Jeff Bright in the 5. Back to 5th. He's going to be looking for 3rd now. So they're 3 wide for that 3rd position. Alex Stewart up into the wall. He'll fall back. As Lawrence Poundpond got into the wall a little bit. Jeff Bright down to the apron. He's come back up. No problem there. Trey Rainey looks for the race lead in 1 and 2. Trey Rainey, the 18. Down the backstretch side by side with Poundpond. And Jeff Bright gets the draft off of that. And here he comes. The 5 car is moving. 3 wide for the race lead. Jeff Bright to the bottom lane. Rainey and Poundpond tie up the track. Poundpond to the wall hard. And they stay side by side down the front. Bright barely led at the stripe. We're getting down to it. 7 laps to go at Chicago. And it's a 2-car breakaway now. As Jeff Bright clears Trey Rainey. And they battle for 3rd behind Octavio to the bottom of Poundpond. Poundpond trying to take it. As we look up ahead to the race lead, once again, Trey Rainey back to the inside of Jeff Bright. Bright into the wall. Gets into Rainey. And Trey Rainey gets away. But Jeff Bright and others running down the draft. 6 laps to go at Chicago. If the yellow comes out this time, we'll have a 1-lap restart. They battle for a second behind Trey Rainey. He's trying to pull away. 3-car battle for second. If they can get orderly, work together, they can run down that 18 car. But I don't see any order happening here. Coming around now to 5 to go, but the 18 has gotten into the wall. 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. But Trey Rainey has been caught by the 32 and the 00. 18 at the wall that time off of 4. And now slow as they race down the back. We got 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th just waiting in the wings in case something happens. Poundpond to the back bumper. The 18 moves to the inside. Rainey back into the wall hard. Poundpond gets away for the race lead. As now there's 4 laps to go at Chicago. Octavio for 2nd. He'll take it from Trey Rainey. Jeff Bright back to 4th, but he is charging hard. Trey Rainey falls back to 3rd, but he can still catch up if they run down the 32 pound pond. Now coming to 3 laps to go. It's going to take a mistake out of the 32s. They battle for 2nd behind. Trey Rainey back to the inside. Tied up the track once again. But he'll take it easily. Pound pond does get to the wall. Bright sideways to the apron. But makes the best. Comes back up the track. Great driving by Jeff Bright. He gets to 3rd with 3 laps to go. As Trey Rainey battles with Lord Pound Pond. Down the backstretch, side by side. This will help 3rd on back. It's now a 4-car battle for the racing. Coming to 2 laps to go. What great driving by Jeff Bright to keep this green, and he still has a shot. Any one of these 6 drivers has a shot. Trey Rainey clears. Pound Pond back to 2nd. Bright 3rd. Shones is 4th. Lynn is 5th. As Jeff Bright looks for 2nd with 2 laps to go, they'll see the white flag this time. They're going to catch a lap car. I can hear him. There it is. It's the 17 Michael Gregory. Will he play spoiler in this? They race into 3, coming to the white flag. Trey Rainey leads. Jeff Bright is 2nd. Pound Pond is 3rd. Pound Pond to the wall. Jeff Bright trying to get to Trey Rainey. 1 lap to go, Chicago. White flag is out. As they look for the race lead, they're stacked up 3 wide. Into turn 1, they're 3 wide for the race lead. Shones to the bottom of Bright. Bright into Trey Rainey. They beat and bang down the backstretch. Griffin Lynn's there in 4th waiting. They race off into 3 and 4. Michael Gregory's ahead. They're catching them. Into 3 and 4. They're making contact. They're hitting. They're banging. They come to the stripe. Levi Shones with the help from Michael Gregory will win at Chicago. What a finish. I thought they were going to wreck at 3 and 4. They were beating and banging down the back into 3 and 4. And Shones gets away with the win. Lynn in 2nd. Bright in 3rd. Rainey ends up 5th in all that, as Lawrence Pound Pond sniped a 4th position from him. What a finish. Look at that. 3 wide. And behind them 3 wide. And Levi Shones pulls away and wins. Griffin Lynn in 2nd. Jeff Bright does edge Pound Pond for 3rd. And Pound Pond edges Trey Rainey for 4th. Rainey does get a top 5 as Levi Shones wins at Chicagoland in the Geico 400. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Geico 400 at Chicagoland Speedway. There are 3 caution flags for 12 laps and 14 lead changes among 10 different drivers. Levi Shones wins the race leading only the last lap, but he gets it done here at Chicagoland. Griffin Lynn ends up 2nd. Jeff Bright in 3rd is now up to 2nd in points. Lawrence Pound Pond leading the most laps, 11. He'll end up 4th, and Trey Rainey rounding out the top 5. Another consistent run for the 18 team. Levi Jack Table started on pole leading 6 laps. He ends up 6th. Max Aronson 7th. Alex Stewart 8th. Carson Bowers 9th. And Carter Friesen rounding out the top 10. So there's your top 20. See Jonathan Rains in the 29-year points leader ends up 12th. Another great day for his team, and he keeps that points lead, but Jeff Bright is closing in just a little bit. See, a lot of these cars outside the top 10 had damage from that big crash, as only 23 cars finished underneath that. Michael Gregory kind of held up some drivers there at the end. I don't think it will have played a factor, though, if he was there or not, because I believe Shones on the inside lane would have had it. Might have been just a little bit closer between he and Bright, possibly. And we had 27 cars finish the race running as the rest were involved in crashes. Luke Rainey, have to feel bad for him, started 3rd, led the majority of the first 10 laps as he led 9 laps from 3rd, ends up 39th after being involved in a crash. As now let's go look at the point standings. Here are points after Chicago. Jonathan Rains keeps the points lead over Jeff Bright by 77 points. Bright is 2nd. Octavo is now 3rd. Stuart Gratton is 4th. And Carter Friesen up to 5th. And Kyle Perry in 6th. Levi Shones now up to 7th with the win. Luke Rainey down to 8th, but still in the top 10. Diego Gepes is now 9th. And Alexander Rowe is rounding up the top 10. So there's your top 20. And if we were to start chasing every 2 wildcards, it would be Justin Heath and Tim Randolph. But we still got a lot of racing left. We've got an all-star race to determine who gets in with the all-star victory. Colton Neal just outside the top 10 along with Michael Canto, Riley Spurgeon, to Max Harrison, Code Luigi. Pretty surprising there. He started off the season so well, but has kind of faded here, but he's still top 15 points, still in striking distance. Jay Jefferson has fallen outside the top 20, but he is still within striking distance. Get a few victories, who knows what can happen. So Roush Fenway really struggling. Besides the 99, who's 5th in points, Seaman is 27th, Michael Gregory is 39th, and Steve Larker is 40th. Now, that team has been wanting to see Trey Rainey with a few great finishes here lately. He's now up to 33rd in points. He's getting himself out of his hole. Stapleton and Andrew Miller, 2 RCR cars, towards the bottom of the points, 41st and 42nd. They're hoping to rebound at the next race, which will be at Texas for the Ford 500, newly repaved. A lot of unknowns for these teams going into this race, but it's going to be very, very exciting. See you guys then.